Okay, hello everyone for day 4 of my vlog. Update time first off. It is 8,000 words. I just counted. Doesn't make me feel very happy though. This kind of feels like one of those 50 over matches in cricket where you know that the overs 25 through 40 are going to be the world's worst, most boring, pathetic, plodding overs. So these parts are still quite okay. But anyhow, that's not what I want to talk about today. Today I'm going to talk about the stuff which I'm reading, what I read before and what I'm reading right now while I'm writing. So this is called Immediate Fiction. It's a book by somebody called Jerry Cleaver. I don't know how I really got my hands on this, but this is supposed to be a complete writing course. I'll give you the bare gist of what he's talking about basically. Uh, the basic quote is actually something which reminds me of Marcus Aurelius, who says that the obstacle in the path becomes the path, the impediment in the way becomes the way. That's basically what he's talking about. Marcus Aurelius, 2,000 years ago, Stoic philosopher, things like that. How does that apply to writing books? So here's the deal. So what you need when you are writing a story is that you need to have an obstacle for your main character, and your main character has to absolutely overcome that obstacle. If not, seriously bad things should happen. If that these two things aren't there, you haven't got an obstacle and you haven't got a very strong want for one character to want to break that obstacle, you're not going to have a great story. So that's what I really got out of this book. So that's what I've been using. Even Vonnegut talks about this in a couple of places. So he says, rule number 3, every character should want something, even if it's only a glass of water. Uh, and this, I like this one a lot. Again, goes back to wanting that obstacle, like what's probably beyond that obstacle a lot, very badly. He says, rule number 6, be a sadist. No matter how sweet and innocent your leading characters are, make awful things happen to them, in order that the reader may see what they are truly made of. That's funny. Anyhow, so like I said earlier, my book is a little inspired by a couple of guys. So this is the first of them. That's Neil Gaiman. That's Fragile Things, Short Fictions and Wonders. It's a series of his short stories which have been published in small magazines and so forth. It's actually not his best, but like I would really love to pick up an Anansi Boys actually, or American Gods, but I unfortunately don't have either one. So this is what I'm making do with. It's all right, but it just keeps me in that fantasy mode. So this was one. I read this. This is the best of Franz Kafka, selected short stories. I read Metamorphosis, which is one of his famous short stories, where it's about a traveling salesman who wakes up one morning in his house and realizes that he's turned into a big giant bug, just sleeping on his back with his 10, 15 legs flailing around in the air and absolutely unable to help himself. And out of this crazy start, he writes about a 30-page short story. It's really crazy. It's really mind-bending. So I wanted to use some of that in my book, and I kind of have in one crazy dream sequence. So that was Kafka for you. And finally, this guy is my absolute hero. This is Stephen King, and this is The Shining. I think I should. Nah, it's okay. My wife's wrapped up the book in newspaper, so I'm not gonna open that. But oh god, he takes, like, especially after you take the effort to write down what I've gotten so far, you really start to understand how hard he must have struggled to get to this. Like, he must have written at least 10 lakh words before he got to the level that he could just effortlessly spin off stuff like this. So that's a wrap for today almost. Just I'm going to answer a couple of questions which I've got a lot from you guys. So question number 1, why am I writing with pen and paper? Two very strong reasons. One is that my brain doesn't work on computer. I can write short fiction perhaps, or generally non-fiction is what I'm writing on Medium these days. So I can do that directly on computer, but I can't write longer, more creative stuff there. And secondly, this is what I've noticed a lot. It's so easy to delete, you could just write a page of bullshit and look through it and say, you know what, there's no way I can make this work, and you could just go Control A and delete, and the entire thing is just gone, right? Or you can write a page of bullshit over here, right? And you could just write all of this and then move on, and say, okay, I am going to make this work. I'm going to write page 2, and page 2 is going to be crap, and page 3 is going to be crap, but page 4 might actually work. You got to wait for page 4 to come. Only then it's going to work. And then you can go back to page 1, 2, and 3, which is actually what happened with this book too. I realized chapter 1 was very, very badly written, but chapter 2, chapter 3 is better. And when I finally get down to rewriting it, that's when I'm going to fix it and make it all work. Which will be much later on in the month, probably after I finish. I'll sit down and type it out or something, and then make it all work together. So anyhow, that's a wrap for today, and I'll see you guys on Sunday, which will be day 6 of NaNoWriMo. Have a good one.